Hey there, everyone. We're back with some more Minecraft today, and it has only been like 2 or 3 hours since I played since last time. So, yep, big fat 2.5 hours there. It's been, I don't know, a bit of a grind, a bit of an itch. Last time we went ahead and finished building part of the trading hall, and we are now going to finish doing the rest. Built an iron farm too, of course. So that's going to help us out a bunch. And right now, we're just looking to keep working on what we need to keep working on, and hopefully get some cool stuff done from there. Let's go ahead and sort out our inventory, which we should almost be done on. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Alright, and now we basically just need more materials to finish building. So we need oak wood and spruce wood planks, which means we need to grow oak and spruce wood. So let's go ahead and get some oak saplings. Go plant these bad boys out, and then while these are growing, we will go ahead and cut down our spruce trees to get some of those. That'll be nice. I also need to, I think, harvest all of our trees in general. I think it's been a little bit too long. And looks like we did come up with a staircase path up here because we're going to use some stuff up here to grow some, maybe to grow some brine mushrooms. I don't actually know if it will fit or not. Oh, and I didn't actually replant the potato farm. I actually don't know how I missed that from last time, I'm not gonna lie. Luckily we still got all the potatoes, so we can just go ahead and yank those on out of here. And we'll just go ahead and replant real quick. But yeah, we need a lot of wood, we need more spruce. We've got the deep slate pathing done, so we don't need any more deep slate. But we do need more cobblestone for the actual structure to finish our trading hall, and then we'll need a good bit of glass that we'll get from there as well, so that should be fine. And otherwise, yeah, we'll finish the trading hall, and then we're going to build an ice boat road going all the way out to 0, 0 in the nether. So we're going to prep for that as well. We talked about last time, you need a single chest of packed ice and a single chest of buttons to go about 3,000 blocks based on how we're building our tunnel. So with that in mind, that single chest of buttons is also going to get backed up into the spruce wood we're about to take here. So we will figure out how to do that. And additionally, I seem to need another spot for oak trees, which we'll just put them in here for now. This is where the dark oak normally goes, but we're not going to think too hard about it right now. We're just going to plant everything on all of this. There we go. We'll go with that. That'll grow by itself over enough time, which is good. And at some point here, we also need to bake in some extra lighting. We have to bake it into the floor because of how this is done, unfortunately. So I'll have to get some glowstone from the nether and place some cobblestone with glowstone so we get some extra lighting down here. We'll just probably do the corners, so we need like half a stack, it should be fine. And otherwise, yeah, we're doing pretty good. One tree down, 6 more to go. Also go ahead and get our fortune hoe out. We don't need to keep our silk touch axe out right now. We can keep using the fortune one and that should be just fine. Got perfect diamond tools, which we can upgrade to netherite at any time. I'm not going to get netherite until we have beat the ender dragon at least, however. So that's kind of the deal for myself there. Just that way things don't get too easy getting to the ender dragon, since we're going to be sticking in iron armor and diamond tools to beat it. And we'll get our elytra, get all that kind of stuff going, and then we should be pretty much good to go. Got our third tree we're cutting down now too. And we are just waiting. Oh, what do you know? I did grow oak. I'm so stupid. Oh, we got some oak there we can go snag, so that'll be good to have. Also, I ought to look up if fortune works on shears, because I actually haven't checked that yet for sheep. I've been meaning to do that, but I keep thinking, oh, I'll check it later, and then I never check it later, so why don't we cut down this tree and check it here in a moment. I'm gonna say it probably doesn't, but who knows, it could, so. Alright, third tree down. And let's go ahead and check that shear thing real quick. Nope, it does not. It can be enchanted. Does it work on sheep? Because I'm seeing something through Reddit saying it does. Sheared, it is not affected by fortunate looting. Yep, so it doesn't matter. So it's just mending and unbreaking is what's actually viable, and then otherwise, I don't really care because that would be the only thing I would care about. And it didn't do anything, so it makes no difference to me. Get up our saplings too. Ah, on our birch, I forgot we were growing that as well. We need to figure out a way to limit the height that trees can grow at, because that's going to get really annoying constantly. There should already be tutorials of that online, because that's definitely something that's been around since like 2011 at least, so should be able to figure that one out pretty easy. It's just knowing what height to put the blocks at, I guess. That's our big thing. We got a suspicious amount of tall trees that grew. Like, we've got a couple of short ones, but like at least half of them have been like the actual tall oaks, which is definitely a little odd. Yeah. Sleep real quick. Should also have some scaffolding at some point to get into all this stuff, as that is another thing I'm a little limited by. Damn it, decayed. Decayed right out from under me. Shave away whatever we can. Yeah, we also built our iron farm last time too, which is definitely been helping. It's not the main iron farm we'll be using, but it's more just of a extra little thing to hold me over until I actually build proper farms in my base instead of outside of it. Just because we need iron and I can't mine for all of it just to trade it away. I can mine for it to build with, I'm fine with that, but just mining iron just to trade it away for emerald seems kind of ridiculous, so. Also because I go through a lot of iron doing that, and I'd rather save it, so yeah. Alright, it should basically be everything, more or less. Sure, we'll find out when something's inevitably missing, so. But it's best not to worry about it for right now. Getting a couple of extra spruce and oak trees. We definitely have enough oak now to finish all that, so that's all good. There we go. Already been almost 10 minutes as well. down that bamboo too, since that'll be useful for scaffolding and just starting a bamboo farm later in general. So that's another thing we'll have to think through, because that one's height dependent, so... Alright, we've almost got all of our spruce trees all cut down, so that would be good to have. Also take a minute to round up everything that has been dropped out here, because there is a lot of it that is out floating here. I think we're full up on inventory, so we'll go ahead and just dump like the saplings away. There we go. Holy crap, we got a lot of extra wood. That is very nice. We could find a less cave to get moss a little bit easier, but we can at least bone meal it ourselves, so it's not the end of the world. We'll have to build a moss farm at some point too, so we're holding on to our bone meal to help give it a nice healthy jump start. But that's more of a later thing, so nothing to worry about for now, especially since I still have to, you know, build up a decent chunk of my base first so I get a better idea of the scope and size that I get to work with, and then I get to make adjustments around that as I need. Alright, that should pretty much cover us on saplings and wood, although this just grew, so we'll go ahead and harvest this out real quick. There we go. Yeah, we'll go ahead and drop this off back at the base. Got our cave entrance there that we went ahead and dug out that we'll do something with at some point, but not for the moment, that's for sure. There we go, nice and simple. Should have a junk wood chest where we can put our sticks, of that nature. And we got some more oak logs we can put away. And spruce. Good lord, the spruce. Oh my god, man. Well, we will not run out of wood for a little while, that is for sure. Have a stack of logs. 2 stacks there. Perfect. Let's also, again, do some quick math. So, going back to that button example there, we know 1 stack of logs makes 4 stacks of buttons, and there are 27 stacks in a chest, so we would need 7 stacks of logs to make our full set of buttons that we would need. So we've actually got our button quota met, which is very good. And then otherwise, we've got our excess wood that we were looking for here. So let's go ahead and keep that on us. And then it's really just cobblestone right now we need. So let's go ahead and just empty all this out since this one's closer. And we will bring as much as we humanly can with us and go see what we can do. We may need to make another trip for more cobblestone, but we don't need to worry about that quite this second, so that's all good. But we'll have enough wood to do the decoration flooring, and then we will have enough cobblestone to at least finish the shell, and then maybe we'll have to get more for the slabs and stairs, but honestly I think this will be enough, so we should be okay. And then we'll probably use spruce logs and some of the arches and all that, because we will actually take time to decorate some things a little bit better. But again, not my issue right this second that I'm worried about. I just want the building built. We can decorate later and retexture once things are in. So, yeah. And it looks good enough on its own that I don't really feel too bad about it either. So I need to put our stairs here, of course. We're going to do that today before we leave. And for now, with our villagers that we want in place, we're just going to go ahead and get to building. So, yeah, we've definitely got enough now. We should be okay to get in there, get some good stuff done. And all we're really looking for is 3 blocks tall with a ring of slabs, so 2, 3, 2, 3. Oh, and we need spruce for trapdoors too, so we got some extra, but we'll probably have to run back to the base and go pick up some of those extra logs, so yeah. And we'll plant another batch of saplings too while we're there, so that way we've got them. Alright, our shell's pretty much done here, which is good. There we go. That was a torch. Right, and then you can see just kind of how all this is going to flow. So we're going to make a nice straight line going all the way across, like so. And then we're going to physically dig across. There should be a villager right here, and there is. Perfect. So we know our holes are lined up proper. There we go. Line it up with the same side. There we go. Go ahead and get the bed and sleep real quick. Whoops, there we go. Going a little fast here since this should be a pretty standard build, so nothing too difficult to do other than just sit down and do it. And then as for this side, solid block and then villager hole. So right here, villager hole. Because if it wasn't, then we would have the slab there, so that's all good. Go ahead and line all this. Go ahead and line this. There, yep. Rhythm got a little thrown off there, but that's alright. Easy fix. Okie doke. Great. Now this is where we go ahead and make some planks and make some planks. And these are for decoration first. So we're gonna do the following. We're gonna have spruce, oak, because we're gonna match up what we got going on. We're gonna invert it, and then we're gonna do spruce, oak, oak. Right. All right, and then spruce is on the inside. They're here. Go ahead and double check that. So spruce is on the inside, or rather, I guess the outside, just facing towards the wall more. So yeah, it's baked into the wall a lot better, not towards the hallway. And then we continue the pattern going all the way across, like so. second. There we go. Alright, and then we will also do oak and then spruce. Got to go back to the other side here. Now we're going to do oak. Go. Nice and simple. Refresh on that. Spruce, and then, we can start from there. Throw everything up. There we go. Good thing. Back out to the other side. Oh. Alright, there we go. Got the flooring all laid in, nice and pretty. Very nice and easy to work on. And then let's take a look at our border here. So we want an upside down stair and a slab. So let's go ahead and head back to our little area over here for a second and go drop off some of our dirt, since we do have a little bit extra dirt. And then let's go get our stairs, slabs, and then we get our stone cutter as well, which we'll pop down here for now since we don't plan on moving any villagers. That. We'll make another stack, and then we'll make that, and there we go. Quick fix. And then all we have to do is place down a stair, cobblestone is, and a slab. There. Slab. Go. There. There again. And that finishes that. And then all this turns into is we just need a crap ton of spruce trapdoors. And I guess some filler cobblestone too, but mainly spruce trapdoors. We'll take the time to fill all these in as well. Go. We'll probably be just a little short of spruce here, but we do have our backup, so that's fine. Then let's also get these out for now. Let's get these going. Alright, 10, 20. So this whole thing holds 40, and then that one holds a little more than 40. So, yeah, we have over 80 slots we could use. So we should definitely not run out of any villager spaces, so that should be good. Alright, coming up near the end here. Alright, and the actual hall itself is done now in a way that we could start bringing villagers over if we wanted to, but we're not quite there yet, because we still need to lay in our slabs on everything. Basically, we're going to go around every single block, lay in a ring of slabs on top of everything, so help with spawn proofing. And it also helps with moving into the minecart stuff later too. So it's good to do. That raised up by like one extra block. You can see how it goes from slab to full. Then we'll go ahead and run up our staircase here. And then this gets slabbed as well, except for the middle part, because that's where we have our rails going at some point. See, our iron golems are doing just great. Go, and we're definitely going to want some more slabs. That should be plenty. There we go. We got all that in place. Nice. Got some stairs. We can go ahead and slap those in there. Alright, and then roof-wise, what else? We need to extend our central line. Solid blocks. Go, and we'll go ahead and extend it out from the other side. Oh, am I really out now? I just didn't pick block properly, I guess. That's alright. It's already been almost half an hour, if you could believe it, of just building in basically silence, so sorry it's been a little dull, but this is one of those things that I had to just sit down and crank out real quick, and then I can talk a little bit more a little later. Go ahead and pull out our bed. I have to run out and go get some cobblestone too. Hey, there we go. So solid blocks, like a solid line. We only need a few more slabs. Well, not that few, just a tiny little bit more. There we go. That gets us across there. And then we need more cobble real quick too. So let's go ahead and grab some. Go ahead and install some extra staircases going up as well, since I'm going to need them going back and forth so damn much. Right. slabs. There we go. That should be near enough to fill all of this in, so that'll be good. There we go. Right, and then, yeah, I mean, we've got it pretty much built other than like the fence gate, so it's okay. Oh, and our lanterns too, we should luckily have enough of, so it'll be good. And then we just need to take a couple notes here, so 1 and 6 on that end, till we get to the middle. 1, 6, 1, 6. 60. Right, and then now obviously have one in dead center there. And then this set will be on 2 and 7. Looking at our targeted block cords on the right hand side, by the way, when I'm figuring out where to put all this. So 7, 2, 7, 2, and 7. Alright, so we have all the lighting done now, which is very good. And we have enough extra that go ahead and make a couple extra chests. Also gives us an excuse to just see how we need to redo some of these stair portions that are going to be up here. Yeah. We'll just do something like that for now. I don't really care about it too much, luckily, so that should be okay for the time being. Of course, this is one of those things we'll come back to a little later, but for now, it's pretty much good. This is where we make a bit of a larger bump that will connect these together. Something like that. There we go. And we'll move these out of the way a little bit more. Oops. Let's place a little bit there. There we go. And then it's 4, and then stair, and then across. So let's go to the other side and get that built out. Wait a minute. Is that going to work with what we got going on here? Or do we need to arch this more too? Maybe we're going too far. Let's try and get our glass first and build out from here just to see. that. Which does line up with what we have over here, which is good. And then I think it turns into we need supports like how we did on the inside, so we'll line it up with that. So 80, 79, 78, 77, and 76. We need cobblestone at every 6 and 1 on this side. Don't worry about getting a way up at some other point. Whoops. A little too far. Again, we're going to switch these out with actual, like, pretty blocks, but we're not doing that quite yet, so hold your horses for a little bit. It was 1 and 6, right? Uh-oh. It was 2 and 7, so we actually are off by 1. Common mistake, but an easy one to fix all the same, so not the end of the world. There we go. We took the time to do a recount as well. So 7 and 2. This is our 2. There we go. Great. Seven. Well, 'Something like that. Nice little arch. There we go. Got our bed out. There we go. This little thing we got going on here. Very cool. Stair, block, stair. Stair, block, stair. Let's start the cycle again. go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that we know we just need to count 4 and then build, then it gets a lot easier too, so. Oh, right, I'm on a slab. I was about to say, excuse me, what am I missing? No, blocks first, then we'll do the stairs a little later. Go. There we go. Mouse froze for a little bit there. This one will just block off flat, but we'll come back through maybe and make an entrance here as well. Who knows? I'm not sure at the moment, but we don't need to worry about that right now. Alright, cool. Now we got that all sealed off, which is good. And then we need to make some extra ladders and stuff here real quick, so that way we have a nice, easy way. And got a couple in here to get me started, but not enough to actually do anything properly with. Go ahead and make some more sticks. Ladders. There we go. I'll keep the trapdoors, I guess, since we're going to want them a little later. Restock our lanterns, and we will go from there. Just gonna nice and simply have lanterns hanging off of the support struts, which I seem to have forgotten a couple there. Guess that's because I was gonna move staircase. There we go. Alright, they should keep this all lit up, which is very nice. Get some ladders. There we go. Go. Then this turns into how do we want to connect these sections that we're hanging out at. There. Get rid of this for now. Solution is really easy and we're just thinking about it a bit too hard, so let's just clear out some empty space and do what we've been doing. Box there. Then it gets a little trickier here. Okay, there we go. I think that'll be a little better. Again, it didn't necessarily need to be perfect, it just needs to be a little careful to make sure we think everything out just a little bit here. Yeah. Also need one more ladder. Luckily we can make. Whoops, stairs, not solid blocks. That goes there, it creates a nice tight ceiling. Slab this off, there we go. Spruce trap doors. And yeah, now we have a completed section here that'll be good to have. So we have a roof covering this whole nice pretty inside that we have going on here. And then we can either run a pathway through here, and then I would say probably like a set of flowers or something coming along and like lining the sides, or we can have storage or whatever we want to do, but we have pretty much got all of it done now, which is nice. Pretty happy with it. Still got our spare lanterns, of course. Fence gates, right, yes, we need 12 fence gates. Let's go ahead and set aside 12 logs. And half of them. Actually, it was more like a quarter, wasn't it? There we go. Again, it's nice to build with gates because they do look a little bit nicer on larger frames like this, and then it also prevents zombies from getting in here too, which I like, so yeah. All my glass away, I could probably lay down some glass, but we'll do that for now. And then, yeah, we have like a very nice trading hall. Again, we're gonna probably slide on in here at some point and put in some additional like struts, but that ain't nothing to worry about for right now because we don't have the wood for it. Yeah, trading hall is pretty much all built there, so I'm pretty happy with that. That should hold us over on space for an extremely long time. We got some extra wood for just some other bits and pieces that we got going on, and then we can come back through another day with extra stuff when we're ready. Otherwise, we can keep moving guys in here, and then for right now, I think what I really want to do is go work on the nether ice highway out to world spawn, so we have that. So that's going to be a bunch of resource gathering as well, mainly just about packed ice, so nothing too hard, but we're going to go get some packed ice, and we're going to take all this iron back home with us. Because while we've been working here for just 50 minutes, we got almost a stack of iron blocks, which is pretty damn good. That'll be nice. I'll craft these into blocks, take these home. Then we gotta head out to the Frozen Peaks biome, go get what we can. We'll go plant the. We'll grab it real quick. I'd mentioned it earlier, but I forgot I wanted to put in the remaining stairs. So let's go ahead and go do that real quick before we forget. Yeah, we got plenty of stairs and cobble here. We'll just take a stack of each. We'll do some proper decoration here at some point, I'm sure, but at some point is not today, that's for sure. Yeah, a simple little staircase. this bit here. Something like this. There we go. And we'll go ahead and hop into a bed and sleep. So your villagers are still doing well, so that's all good. There we go. Alright. Apparently day 188 as well, so pretty high in there now. And we need a bunch of spruce buttons and a crap ton of packed ice. And of course, let's get a... Nah, we'll come back to that a little later. I was gonna say, let's get ahead of it and go put a crafting table and some storage up there, but we're gonna hold off on that just for this second. We'll get to that later soon, but not right now. So we're gonna need 3 double chests. 2 double chests are for walls, 1 double chest is split between ice and buttons, and then that will cover us. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on all of that. Go, get whatever walls we can for now, and we're basically just gonna go ahead and clean out our inventory a little bit here. There we go. Yep. This is all gonna become walls. We're also going to be going back and forth a good bit here to get all this moved over into the nether, so yeah, that's going to be fun. 1 double chest of walls. Go ahead and pop on up and start working on our next double chest. Ready? Okay, and we are almost done with that part, so that's good. That gets us our walls fully built. We're going to move our tough as well, just up into one of our older chests up here, like so. And we're going to grab our packed ice that we've got so far, and we're going to split it in there. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and go do some planting. We need 24. We have 6 available spots. We'll be able to throw everything in. Go ahead and get this handled real quick. Go ahead and let these grow up. And then while we let them do their thing, we will go ahead and hop on over to the frozen peaks that we got. Go drop everything off out in there. Weigh all of this first. Away, and we're gonna take the nether portal and go to the frozen peaks. Let's go ahead and get going there. But over a stack and a half of iron blocks too, so that's pretty good. Should be able to hold on to those for a while. We got our extra food as well because we're definitely gonna need it. And we're gonna shuffle some things around here for a little bit. Put that away. Yeah, we'll just head on up to the frozen peaks, just mine as much as we can carry, and then we'll start moving everything over. So, yeah. We'll also go ahead and take a minute to get our storage area packed up here as well, so that way we've got all that ready. We can move all the materials in and out. That'll be fun. Let's see here. We want to build, I want to say positive Z first, since this is all right here. So we're going to go ahead and get out a crafting table, some extra wood, make our spare crafting table first. That'll get us 3 chests. There's another. There we go. Then we need some torches. Actually, just to be safe, we're gonna make a button here real quick. There, and then we're gonna put a torch like here. We get a little bit extra light. And then walls, ice and buttons. And that should cover us pretty nicely. Got spare crafting table again. Yep. Just taking a quick jump out. Funny enough, we can sprint jump across this fairly well. It's not quite even, but it's good enough that it should be fine. Alright, and we're coming up on the hour mark here too, so that's always cool. Alright, we got this piece of stone from last time. Game's gonna struggle a little bit. Oh, and you seem to have... Oh, that's water. But we do have more frozen peaks out over there, so if we do decide we want more packed ice from a different spot, we can go get it. It's always nice. But yeah, let's just keep it simple for now and just carve this fat bit out. Some regular ice in there too, but you know, we're not going to think too hard about it. We're just going to mine it and we'll sort it out a little later. See how much iron we got up here too, so it's always nice to get. There we go. Gather up everything. There. level up on packed ice. We'll go ahead and sleep real quick to get it to daytime. Pop through the nether, drop off what we got, and then pop on back here. Head on down. Yeah, we just have to do that one more time, and we will definitely have enough, so that's good. Get this all done pretty quickly here. Then we just have to get a couple more trees to kind of bolster up our wood, and then we should pretty much be fine to start building. Building's gonna take a while since we have to walk 3,000 blocks on foot, like 4 separate times. Because we have to do it once for the ice, and then, oh, we could split for like buttons, so we don't have to do it like that, but it's just a lot of back and forth walking because we're also not gonna just like stop for walls and do it sections at a time. We're gonna do like ice first, and then we'll do walls, and then we'll do the other set of walls, and then we'll probably it'll be ice button like midway through, so it'll be like a split. That also gives us like a ride back, and then we'll do like walls, kind of going back and forth a little bit more. There's probably a way to do it where factoring the fact that you have to physically stop and restock at like certain intervals, there's a mix of walls, packed ice, and buttons. Like there's a ratio. It's probably a 2-to-1 ratio where we could build it out in completed sections, drive the boat back to get more packed ice, which saves us a lot of travel time. That was my alarm telling me to wake up for my nap, which I didn't get to take a nap because I didn't fall asleep, so, oh, whoops. We gotta be careful not to dig too far out of here. But yeah, we'll probably do for every 2 walls, there's, no, because that's not factoring the fact that, like, there's the air gap between them. So for every 4 walls, you get 1 stack, 4 stacks of walls, 1 stacks of buttons, 1 stacks of packed ice. And then that should create, like, a tileable module. And then that gives us an idea of what we need to bring and how it helps. So, yeah. There we go. We have hollowed out a pretty fat chunk of this. Maybe go pick another chunk to go hollow out a little bit better. Ah, here we go. Too good either. Let's go add some lava down there. That's cool. That's hot, rather. Yep, powdered snow, my favorite. I guess we should just stick with what works too, so guess that's fine. Having this ice boat road after 0, 0 world fun will be really important for later when we end up moving shulkers from the end to the overworld, and then we move them to a shulker farm. Alright, only a couple more stacks to go. That's all of the packed ice that we'll need for now, and we still have enough left over to keep building a little bit more. Or we have enough left over, rather, that when I build that other packed ice road out to the iceberg biome, we'll have enough there to actually do everything, so That'll be really useful. Only 2.5 more stacks to go. Should finish here pretty quickly. That's probably fine. We don't need to fill it all the way up because we were definitely over half, so that's good. Alright. We'll go ahead and head on through, get this dropped off. And then we'll start moving our walls over as well. And then we'll try and get our buttons ready too. There we go, that's coming back with me. Go. We don't seem to have any large spruces yet. Maybe we do. It's hard to tell. But we can fix that pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about it. And either way, it's not like it's going to matter because we can't move anything over quite yet until we get these walls taken care of. Let's go ahead and start moving these over bit by bit. This is going to take a little while. Check sulfur boxes for this because I've already been down when I had them, but obviously we're not at the end yet, so there ain't nothing we're going to be doing, so yeah. But anyways, we'll head up and get these all dropped off. Get this done too now. Try and tuck away a couple more things, just so that way we can get a little bit more storage space. I think every little bit really is going to help right about now. Here we can get 6, 12, 17 stacks, which is fine. 18 if we stack stuff into our offhand too. Rather if we stack that there. There we go. So we can make just a little bit more space while keeping most of our stuff. Right, it was down below. Duh. Gonna start setting here soon, so we want to make sure we get this handled and that we're able to sleep here fairly quick. Next time we pop through, it should be pretty much nighttime, so that'll be fun. Oh, no, not quite. Sun's barely set. Good. Probably get another batch, maybe 2 done. You can see one of our spruce trees grew, so that'll be good. We have pretty much all the wood already. It's just I want like extra logs for restocking purposes. So that way I have them. Start munching through our baked potatoes here. full double chest moved over. So we're halfway done moving that. And then we'll go ahead and just take all of our wood too at some point pretty soon. It's not all of it needs to be buttons, just most of it, so we'll still have enough left over for most of our needs. Just want to be a little conscientious of it, so it's not too big a deal. And, well, it seems to have flown well, yeah. Go ahead and sleep. Oh, I need to seal this off a little bit better in the future. I'm gonna add some extra grass too, so I'll get to that at some point. There we go, then like 2 more trips I think will cover it, maybe a little more. That should be pretty much good. That'll be 3, because then we also need to grab our wood too, which is where we'll grab the rest of the wall, so that should be fun. Given that we're going to be walking so damn much, it's probably going to take more than an hour to build a bridge like this. Like, this isn't exactly a quick build either. So it's not only not quick getting all the materials, but it's also just a slow build that we're going to do. That's just going to take a lot of time and energy, but it will be worth it when we get it done, because we'll be able to quickly go all the way back to the center of the world, and then that acts as like a nice centralized highway too that we can branch off of as well, that we will be able to branch from at some point, so that'll be good. Alright, second to last drop off. We just gotta go drop off these walls, and then come back for the other set of walls and wood, and then we will officially be able to get this thing started. We'll be able to save 16 logs here, because we'll make 24 stacks of buttons with 6 stacks of logs, and then that means 3/4 will make 3 stacks of buttons. So we'll have a little bit of spruce wood left in reserve, but you know, it's pretty negligible. But because we'll be growing those trees too, we don't have to worry about it too much either, so nothing to worry about. Also have our reserve wood here in our actual bundle, which is nice. I shouldn't really need to damage anything, which is why I put my arrows away, so I don't need to really shoot, and if I do, then I can take them out pretty quick, so it's not too big a deal. But yeah, let's get this last bit of stuff going. I'm hopefully going to be done by like 7, I think, would be good. So that'll be about an hour and a half at least, that'll cover me. Then 5, 6, that, then we can put that away there, nice. And this will get us everything. Let's go ahead and run this on up. about an hour, we doubled the capacity of our trading hall and got all the materials to build a massive ice boat road to go to 0, which is pretty cool. Alright, a couple of things. First things first. Planks. You need them, you love them, they're there for you. You need planks. Spam and control shift keep space, by the way, to get all those in there. Alright, we officially have all of our materials. So again, let's remember, for every 4 stacks of walls, we take 1 stack of packed ice, and perfectly enough, that fits pretty cleanly into my inventory here. And this is our one that we're going to be starting from. So we're going to make a turn early, fairly early. Yeah, there's nothing else to do but to sit down and do it. So, if that's the case, then let's just get down to it then. Whoops. Basically, we can go like 10 at a time like that. Then we can... There we go. Whoops, too close. Also make sure that we get our boat as well. Ooh, that is an issue as well. Crap. Did it again. We should probably physically take a look at this every once in a while, just that way we have a better scope of just everything, but also to make sure that we actually are building correctly, because it's going to be another issue we're going to run into. So, I ain't got no rhythm. Yep, had a little freaky there. There we go. Might have also overshot our turn a little bit here. Just a smidge. That's alright though. this is where the real journey starts. There we go. Yep, we got that, we got that. Wait, that can happen because I fucked up a little bit here. Whoops. Like, why can that happen? But that's alright, that is an easy fix. Otherwise, we did ride it the rest of the way back comfortably. So, yeah, let's just get down into it again. This is going to be a reoccurring problem. We're going to try and do like every half stack of ice. We'll physically go back and double check, so that also gives us enough space to put down our buttons and things like that as well. For every half stack lets us go about 64 blocks, so it can get pretty good. There we go. Cool. The nice thing too about having something specifically at 0, 0 is that means if I ever get lost, I don't have my like notebook on me for whatever reason, then I can just go to 0, 0 and then I'll have an ice boat road that literally I just have to follow it and I'll be back home. So that is always a nice thing to have. It will take time to actually label it with signs and things like that and have like signboards, so that way we can fly by, pause, you know, see where we're going versus where we were, and then we still have a nice way to get out in the world and see what we're doing. So yeah, this will be a pretty cool project once it's done. It's gonna take a while. Always a fun part. Alright, we are down to our last stack. So that means we'll have to ride this back as well to go get more packed ice and buttons and walls. We have to do this like 9 times in total, so this is only for the first time. We're gonna make sure that we're careful too, because we don't want anything to spawn up here while we're working the best we can help. Especially if it's a gas. Like if it's anything else I can handle it, but if it's a gas it's gonna get a lot more annoying, like instantly. Because I'll have to actually dig in and get my arrows and all that, so. Go. that stack so we can go get wood. Technically, you can use regular ice instead of packed ice as long as you don't have any lighting, but I may or may not install lighting in here at some point, so I would much rather have the option to do so and not lock myself out of it, versus trying to take the cheaper way out and just being able to go mine a bunch of ice. Packed ice is still pretty readily available, and it's faster too. You know, it's not as fast as blue ice, but like, never really used blue ice, and I don't personally intend to because it's so damn expensive. And you can't insta-mine it, so it's like way harder to get a lot of it. Like I'd have to get 9 chests of packed ice to make 1 chest of blue ice if I wanted to do it this way. Which may be worth it more for like cardinal direction highways where like they stick out like a sore thumb and then you know you're on like a cardinal, but then you have, you know, the F3 screen for that, so that didn't really matter too much. Alright, then we're gonna head back and go get some material. We need to remember too that we have a hole there that we need to patch up, so we'll be back for that pretty soon. Let's just count, let's not worry about organizing. So we have 9, 10, 11, 12. Go. Writing this back shows that we have no gaps, because any gaps would immediately fuck everything up, so important that we don't have any gaps in any of this at all. And then we're just gonna run over here, go fill this in real quick. Nice and easy. Go. Yeah, we're at 2750, so I'll probably do like a third of this because I don't want to do all of it in one sitting. So we'll do this one extra time after we depleted our inventory, and then after that we'll probably call it for the day there, because I've already played another 3 hours earlier today and we're closing in on 2 hours here soon. I don't want to get too caught up and burnt out as well. Of course, if I get an itch later, that's a little different, but I probably won't, so we'll save it for tomorrow. Go, we got that. Yep, it's all good. Stack so far, yep. So we still have a lot we gotta burn through here. We are making good progress though. That a little bit too far. go. Where did I go? There it is. Definitely have leftover material as well, by the way, but you know, that's a given. Like this, I'm not going to measure exactly how much I need, because I'd rather just use basic math to like snowball to eyeball it, and then we'll kind of fill in the gaps a little later. There we go. All we got now is the road and the void, so fog. At least since I can't really sprint backwards, and I'm not going to lose any hunger or anything like that, since walking doesn't deplete any hunger. So we should be able to serve a lot of our food here pretty nicely. Not that it really matters, since we can make so much of it, so it didn't really affect too much. There we go. Go. There we go. And 2,500, so we're doing okay. We're getting there. Lava pops. I guess we got some lava really close by, huh? Alright, then this will be our last stack, and I'll probably call it here after we're done with this stack, because, again, this is just some pretty fucking monotonous work that we're just gonna have to get through. I feel like getting through it right now, though. Important, and it's gotta get done, but I don't have to get it all done in one sitting, and I can do it at my own pace, and so I will. Go. mean, technically, we only need to build one wall because we could like hug the side of it and it would be fine. But that feels kind of stupid too. So I'd rather just again go the extra mile and build like the whole thing out. So we'll see. Again, sorry it's been so boring, but it's almost over, at least for today. Made it to the 2300, which is pretty respectable for doing all this in one sitting. Not too bad of a first start. Let's just stretch this side out too, so that way we can try and end it evenly a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we ended at 2366, so we still have like 2400 blocks to go, which will be a while, but at least we can get the hell out of here a lot faster for today. Go. Gonna do it for me today. We'll probably just end back at the base, but just know that next time that like we're gonna be back and forth here pretty often. So I'm not even changing my inventory or nothing like that. We're literally just gonna make sure we're at our bed, leave, and then that's it. So and let's see here, did we get any more trees? And yeah, looks like we did. So that's cool. That is gonna do it for me today. It's day 191, and we got a lot done. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all again next time. Bye bye.